Campa in round number one. I'll tell you, it's good just to have him back. The energy he brings, you could hear that crowd even in round number one. Teofimo, no matter what you think of him, has that it factor, but it's one fight in 22 months up until that first round that we just saw. We asked him about it the other day. He said, listen, the business played me.
Stop.
And right now, the business ahead is where he can go at 140 pounds. If he gets through Campa tonight, who knows, maybe a date on Heisman night, maybe a title opportunity against Josh Taylor, depending on what happens in the fight in the rematch against Jack Catterall. But the opportunities exist at 140 pounds for premier fights against big names.
I just spoke with Teofimo Lopez Sr. He says, look, I want him to keep jabbing. He's going to keep just winning these rounds, touching him with that jab. The knockout will come, and I see it being an overhand right.
37 of his 58 punches thrown to this point, a minute into round two, have been the jab. Tried to go underneath with the right hand, then the sweep across with a rear hook. Campa fires off the straight right of his own. Good head movement from Lopez, and then two-punch combination, working his way off the ropes. And then a sweeping right hand.
Stop. But this is the test, even early test, is that you want to see if the punches of Lopez have the same effects as they did with the guys at 135. Now, it's early, we'll see, but right now, Campa is taking these punches very well. He's not matching speed for speed, skill for skill, but he's still in the pocket, and he's landing some shots.
As he did just there, as he said he would, step to him.
And he's making Teo extremely uncomfortable right now with the work rate and the pace that he's choosing to fight this fight. Putting a lot of pressure on him mentally.
So it's going to force Lopez to make adjustments and then make more adjustments. That's what we're looking for right here. He said he only sparred 2 weeks for this fight. That could come back to bite him.
For those that didn't hear the conversation earlier, that came about in an interview he had with Mark Kriegel. He did not deny it, but he said, listen, I know what's best for me. Tim, your reaction to that of only getting in 2 weeks of sparring in a lead up to a main event fight like this?
You can't do 2 weeks of sparring, especially 10 rounds against a fighter that throws 80 punches plus a round. You know, you need at least 4 to 5 weeks of sparring, good quality rounds to get prepared for a fighter like this. We're going to see his conditioning as this fight continues on in the later rounds.
Stop. Choosing T-Mobile is like
World Las Vegas to see the return of Teofimo Lopez against game and gritty Pedro Campa. Lopez with a 36-21 connect advantage. Dre, you brought up an interesting conversation about a new weight class. Does the power carry? And Timmy, you are a world champion in this weight class at 140 pounds. Things get different. To the layman, they say, wait a minute, it's only 5 pounds. He was a champ at 135. He weighed in at 138. But in this division, Josh Taylor is a big guy. Regis Prograis is a big guy. Ramirez is a big guy.
But to Dre's point, Teo was a big 135 pounder, so he was a lot bigger. Big boned it, you know, so when he hit guys, they felt it. But at 140, he's actually the smaller guy tonight. He's not the bigger man tonight. Campa is the bigger man. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to knock these guys out. He has to break Campa down, and what he has to do is go down to the body first, and then land those kill shots up top.
Well, that's the kind of shot that Lopez needs to land. Box, box, box. Surprise Campa. He can't stand there and just unload like he did at 135, at least not right now.
Oh, he's having fun for a moment here, Dre, isn't he?
Right, but it's the skill, then power. That's what's getting Campa's attention. But Campa's throwing too.
Bernardo's in the corner of Campa.
Manny Robles told me he needs to keep his left hand up because Teofimo's looking for that overhand right, and his shots can't be looping. They've got to be straight, short shots.
First time they have worked together. Manny Robles, of course, veteran trainer who won the heavyweight championship of the world with Andy Ruiz, the upset of Anthony Joshua.
Stop.
I like what Lopez is doing. I'm feeling the flavor. Do what you got to do. Just don't do it with your back to the rope. Do it in the center of the ring. You give a guy who has slower feet and slower hands like Campa that stability by you being up against the rope, he'll feel confident to unload with both hands. But he's in deep water when he's in the center of the ring.
Heads came together on the inside.
Campa's gaining more confidence coming forward. He said he don't feel anything. That's what he's saying. He's taking these big punches from Teo, and he's coming back, or at least trying to come back with his offense. Here he comes.
Lopez shouldn't get frustrated by that. He should happily oblige and continue to deliver what Campa is asking for.
He dances in the corner after showing that upper body head movement.
Choosing team.
High for him, 15 punches landed in that last round, but this was the moment from Teofimo.
This little trick shot. Yep, little trick shot right there with the shoulder to lift the chin. You see the ref on the opposite side. He doesn't see the shoulder lift. And you see the right hand of Teofimo Lopez laying clean on Campa.
Just creating a little bit of space, Dre, that's all.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
That's illegal, but it's all good.
Anything it takes. Listen, wrap around that right hand as well here to start round number 4.
Very little body work from Teofimo Lopez tonight. It would suit him if he was to go down to Campa body to wear him down a bit.
Teofimo Lopez is in a very, very good groove right now. I wish he would pick his left hand up and throw more left hands to set up the big shots and stay off the ropes, because that can be dangerous, like we said. But other than that, I think he's boxing a perfect fight. He seems very relaxed, and he seems to be having fun in there. Right now, Campa is competitive, but he's not winning these rounds.
I completely agree with the assessment of relaxed and having fun, and we've seen that throughout the early goings.
And sometimes, Tess, rest and being away from the game causes you to come back a little bit different. Sometimes you got to miss it.
He told us he's at peace, the happiest that he's been. Interesting dynamic when you're around the team. The rather large team. I think he showed up with 17 in the entourage to the fighter production meetings. But he is much more in control and guiding his own course than he's ever been.
No.
Lopez gets credit for his explosiveness, his showmanship, but he's got an IQ. And you see it on display right now. He realizes that I might not be able to get Campa out, at least right now, with one shot. So I have to go into the toolbox and show some other things.
He's using the cross guard defense right there.
High cross guard.
And then Campa saying, I got a chin on me. Can't hurt me. That's the way you stay involved in the fight. You, Campa, you got to psych yourself out. If you come in here with the mentality that you're going to get knocked out, you can get knocked out. But he's came in there with the mentality, you can't hurt me. As he presses forward, Dre.
Yeah, his success is going to come on the back half of 6 if he's still around. So he's got to put some money in the bank. He's not putting as much money as Lopez is putting in the bank, but he's got to have something in there in hopes that he can wear Lopez down and start to land some big shots. And right now, Lopez is landing the big shots.
Good finish here to round 4 from Teofimo Lopez. You see the speed difference.
A practice spicy crispy chickens.
Or admit defeat, but you have to admit the lessons in defeat. Perhaps lessons learned from what happened last November when George Kambosos took the 4 lightweight belts from him. Of course, Kambosos then gave way to Devin Haney. Devin Haney now the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. They will have the rematch on ESPN from Australia coming up this fall. Lopez in control early. Flipping the first 4 rounds and Dre's scorecard. 77 of 47 connect advantage. He's landed 50% of his power punches.
Just spoke with Teofimo Lopez Sr. He said, look, I just want him to keep jabbing. He's timing him well, but he's got to be careful because they don't call him La Roca for nothing. He hits hard.
22 knockouts in his 33 wins. There's the right hand from Teofimo. Shoulder roll, right hand. Tried to place the uppercut that time.
That punch is thrown and landed when you've timed your opponent, their movements, and that's exactly what Teofimo Lopez has done right now.
Stop.
Able to block much of that work and then slip to the inside. There's an uppercut that came in at the end of that combination from Campa.
See, but Campa, what he's doing is he's letting off the power, and now he's just letting his hands go. He's just trying to touch Teo. Trying to outwork him.
You can touch a fighter, you can hurt him, and if you can hurt him, you can knock him out. But loading up and allowing Lopez to continue to evade your shot is not going to get you anywhere. He's got to do exactly what Tim Bradley just stated.
Stop.
Looks like Lopez is taking a round off.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
Campa is taking advantage and landing more shots.
There's no doubt about that. If you look at the output from Lopez compared to the earlier rounds, good exchange off the ropes. And now pot shotting off the hip with that jab.
If you're in the corner of Campa, you had to know this is how the fight was going to go. You had to know that your guy was going to take punishment early. Hope that he can take the shot and just keep pressing, keep chipping, keep banging away in hopes that you're on the other side of 6 and you might get yourself back in the fight.